Salutations. Welcome to another edition of the YouTube channel, Too Many Plugins, Delta X-Ray. I'm your host Alex. We're gonna play a little bit of Battlefield 4. You okay, son? No, you're not. I'm gonna play a little bit Battlefield 4, have a chat a little bit about Gamescom. Man, I saw that stuff yesterday. It was absolutely uninspiring. There was nothing that I saw. There was maybe like one or two indie games that you would say, would be just fun for about like 10 minutes or something, and then you would probably bored until you say it's enough, you know. So yeah, there was nothing really there. Was of course some music still from Claire Obscure, Exposition 33, milking that stuff still, and for the rest it was absolutely uninspiring. It was really uninspiring, it really was. And by the way, you're in a hardcore server. Friendly fire is on, so yeah, at Gamescom it was a complete woke pile of trash, to be very honest. It really was.
Listen up. We'll just neutralized objective Echo.
Вот тебе медпакет.
Fuck's sake, dude.
Objective Echo is now under our control.
Yeah, it really was. It was very uninspiring. I didn't saw anything over there that I said like, oh yes, that's it, you know. Here the shock pedals and the health packs are under other buttons. Go here, son.
Вот ваши медицины.
Yeah, it was really uninspiring and very woke. All the games were really woke. Woke crap, really, to be very honest. Getting all the time worse. Oh yeah, for last year, I don't know, it was Gamescom or there was the other, you got one or two other events like that, but last year it was a little bit, yeah, cooler. There was more stuff that I would say, yeah, I would like to play this year. I didn't saw anything that I said, oh wow, that I would like to play. That looks really good. There are also all sorts of like things are free to play over there. World of Tank publicities, you know. It was really bad, you know. Sort of all sorts of free to play stuff, you know. You know, that in a Gamescom, yeah, I don't know about that, you know. These games that are already around for decades, you know. So you just wonder yourself, you know. You really wonder yourself, where is he? Did he kill them or not? Or is he still up there? Yeah, it was very uninspiring. It was crappy, to be very honest. I didn't saw nothing that I said, oh my god, you know, that's cool, I want this, would like to play this. Nothing. It seemed it was all dry as a bone, to be very honest. Can I walk on this? Or I'm gonna fall to my death, probably. I need life now. Yeah, it was crappy, that whole Gamescom thing, and then that Black Ops 7 trailer. What a absolute garbage, man. Man, now I got the life here under the other buttons. Oh my god. Yeah, I wasn't impressed at all, to be very honest. But then again, I'm on that already for many years. The stuff that I see coming out. You're the squad leader. Okay, I'm the
Давай,
squad
давай,
leader.
давай!
Well, attack and... Hello? And it also never really works that. Why is it not working? That's weird. That's on the 3, no, it's on the 4.
Медпакет
Fuck's sake, man, it's completely the other way around compared to Battlefield. Oh, yeah, shot from the side, of course. To Battlefield 3, man. The buttons are on the other side. Oh my god. Maybe it's a bunch of Russians over here and stuff. Yeah, Polish and stuff. I see some names over here. Yeah. There's some Polish or Russian people over here. On the server. Not that I have a problem with that. I just saw some Polish names and some... Yeah, very uninspiring. At least I killed him. Was just a dude falling out of the air. Did you saw that? So 4 is alive. Man, that's confusing, man.
Вот
In
тебе
Battlefield
медпакет.
3, oh, there was a break over there. Battlefield 3
Вот,
on my other PC,
возьми.
live and shock pads are the keys are turned the other way around. I can turn it around over here, but oh, helicopter. Oh yeah, anybody who wants to get a copy of Battlefield 2042, you can get it for $3 now on EA. It's standing there for $3. It's the only game that's in the sales. It's $3. I wouldn't bother myself. I really don't care, but can be the people that still like it. You can pick that game up now for $3. That's not bad at all, you know.
Objective Bravo.
I didn't got any points for that. Why was that? I actually hit at him. Ah, I thought so too. And all the other normal copies, so Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 are all €20 or something, and the premium €40. So, and Battlefield 5 also and Battlefield 1, they're $40.
Objective Bravo.
The premium editions. So yeah, in this moment you don't buy them. I bought them for €2 last month, or 2 months ago. Battlefield 4 premium, I bought Battlefield 1 premium, I bought Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 4 all for €2 a pop. And then I bought also for €2 Titanfall 2 and Need for Speed Rivals. That's, by the way, the online servers are gonna go offline in October. I don't understand why this is not working, man.
Атакуй, откуда цель?
Now it works, that's weird.
Objective Delta is neutralized.
Holy moly, the moment I get a shot. But this game really runs really well also, this. Holy moly. One army take the fist. Whoa. Excuse me if you have children around or something. This server, you shouldn't have children around actually for these kind of, anyway, but there's some little bit of profanity here on the server sometimes. The actual server gives kinds of profanity messages coming in the screen, so if you have children around, be aware, you know. In general, with these kind of games, you should never really have children around. Even for just the expressions of people in chats and, you know, sometimes even my expressions can be a little bit, you know, more for adults, let's say it like that. This game is still lovely also, man. It really runs well, just on a 4-core, 4-threaded chip, you know. With 2 gigs of VRAM, this runs really well, this.
We have control of objective Bravo.
Yeah, I was now for a couple of days on my other PC, I was playing Battlefield 3. It's strange, I like it. The art direction this is a little bit more bright, it's a little bit more darker. I like a little bit more the art direction. But now that I'm playing back here again Battlefield 4, I have to admit that
Вон
you need
медпакет,
to like
возьми.
you, son. I need to admit that actually this one is a little bit more polished. But then again, you know, this is actually also just based a little bit on. This is just Battlefield 3 more refined. You know, so, holy shit! I'm trying to save you. Yeah, now I'm gone. There's a guy over there. 3-8. Now that I'm playing this back, I like a little bit more the art direction that the Battlefield 3 have, but this one is a little bit more running a little bit smoother.
East of your position.
Then let's face it, Battlefield 4 it's not really an expansion, but it is a refinement of Battlefield 3, you know. And Hardline also. Hardline is literally a paid expansion for Battlefield 4.
Вот тебе
Really what it
медпакет.
is.
Вот вам ваши медицины.
Completely confused now with these.
Вот медпакет,
These
возьми.
buttons being the other way around. My god.
Вот ваши медицины. Вот
That's just
медицинская
4,
помощь.
dude. Oh, let's go.
Тебе медпакет, возьми.
That's really confusing, man. Your muscle memory, you know. Yeah, it's quite smooth actually. This runs really smooth. Yeah, I would argue it actually runs a little bit smoother than Battlefield 3 does. Yeah, I really argued it. We're running here, by the way, in 1600 by 900. So, whoa, what did you need it, son? Oh, he's out.
Вот медпакет, возьми.
Objective Alpha has been neutralized.
Вот тебе медпакет.
Holy moly. Medic! Yeah. So if anybody wants to, you have for $3 to put it in your collection, you know, it can be that you even like more the way that, you know, normally it's $59, so yeah, for $3 just to throw it in your collection is not really that bad, you know, but yeah, me myself, I don't think I really care too much about that. Oh my god, it's over there. $3 is so cheap that, you know, you can put it in your collection, and one day if you a little bit tired of playing your other stuff, you can then play it a little bit. You have there, of course, Portal, you know. Portal is quite cool, you know. You still can, like, play a little bit some older maps still of, I think, of Bad Company 2, and, you know, so there is still something to gain out of, you know.
Медпакет, вот.
I've taken objective Echo.
I mean, there is a... Oh my god. 311. For $3 you could throw it in your collection. I'm a kind of guy, you know, I'm really a Battlefield fan, I always was, you know, so I would like to have basically all the editions, even the ones that I then don't really like so much, you know. Maybe I just pick it up and throw it in my collection. Or being a real Battlefield fan and having all the Battlefields, basically. Not basically, I have them all. I have Battlefield, no, the one I don't have actually is 1942, you know. That one I don't have. But I have Battlefield 2142, I have Battlefield 2, I have Battlefield 3, I have Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5. Bad Company 2. The only one I don't have also is, by the way, is Bad Company 1. That one I don't have. That one. But that one was rare in general, and not so many people have that one. Bad Company 2, yes, a lot of people have. But Bad Company 1 is not a game that many people bought. Not that it wasn't a good game, because it was, but and it also I think never came on the EA launcher, so people who have it only in physical disc, as far as I remember it.
Ваши медицины! Давайте медиков туда! Вот! Медпакет! Возьми! Вот медпакет! Возьми! На! Медпакет! Вот медпакет! Возьми!
Man, that's confusing, man. These bloody buttons being the other way around. Did I saw one over here? Or was that just my confusion? Nice one. So lunch. Yeah, go check it out. Gamescom 2025. It was yesterday. It was absolutely dreadful, man. It's slop, basically. Most of it was just slop. Absolutely slop. It really was. It was really slop.
Вот тебе медпакет.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Медпакет, возьми!
Hello? Yeah, it was really crappy. It really was very crappy.
Вот вам ваши медицины! Вот медпакет!
415, my god. Bad KD. Yeah, you see with all these gaming companies and after that, you know, all this stuff that still comes out, you know, it's all like very sanitized and safe zone games and you know, still DEI stuff, and because most stuff that's now coming out, you know, was still just developed, you know, in all this DEI time, you know, so, you know, that's a little bit the problem, you know. The next couple of years, everybody just think, oh yeah, all this diversity and woke shit is just gone, you know. But you still see it, you know. A lot of stuff now coming out still is completely that woke, modern slop, really. It's really what it is. Sanitized garbage, really.
Check Objective Alpha is just been neutralized.
Very political, all of it is. So it's all like very safe zone, very sweet and you know, purple colors and
Медпакет!
pink colors and stuff, and it's dreadful, man. And I think we're gonna really still for a long time get that even, you know. Why is that not working? I really don't understand that. Told me that works so well that. I was more busy there trying to set the attack point, but for some reason not working.
Be advised, objective Delta has been neutralized.
It doesn't work. That's weird.
Вот вам ваши медицины!
We've just taken control of objective
Вот
Delta.
вам ваши медицины! Вот, медпакет! Возьми!
Son of a bitch. 5-8. And a lot of gotcha games and a lot of games that is you just see from the beginning, you know, the whole game is just all about monetization and about skins and about in-game cosmetics, which I think is the biggest sadness ever, you know. In-game cosmetics, you know, get the hell out of here. Man, why is that not working, man?
Вот тебе медпакет! Тебе медпакет! Возьми! На тебе! Медпакет!
Listen up, we lost
Возьми!
objective Bravo.
Вот медпакет! Возьми! Вот тебе медпакет!
That was ours, right?
Вот медицинская помощь!
We have just neutralized objective Alpha. Listen up, we have control of objective Alpha.
Doesn't want to work, well, whatever. $819 KD.
Neutralized objective Alpha.
Вот медпакет! Возьми!
I need repairs for my vehicle.
Нет!
Objective Charlie lost.
920 KD.
Бросаю гранату!
A grenade went off very, very, very late. Excuse me. And there are many games already, man. 69 bucks. I saw already many games even being announced over there. 79 bucks, 80 bucks for single player games, you know. It's just like, you know, single player games that some of them it's even like literally you have probably, I don't know. Man, team kill, friendly fire. That was cool. What a dickhead, man. $80 for some single player games, you know?
Objective Alpha.
It's just like, what the hell, man, eh? And a lot then also of the, you know, you have then good Asian games, but you have also those ones, you know, that for me are a little bit freaky, you know. Stellar Blade, for example, is a nice, you know, art form, you know, very, you know, very much pushing to males. You know, but then you have also that kind of Japanese stuff that's then all that manga, but then sometimes a little bit of a freaky manga, really little girls in dresses that it starts all looking a little bit creepy, that stuff, you know. Don't take it wrong, you know, but that's already pushing to some sort of a thing, you know, that I don't know about that, you know. So upskirt, of course, okay, Japanese and Asian stuff, many of that is like that, you know, and it's then, you know, like a very little girl, but then with the, you know, tiny mini skirts and stuff, you know, and I don't know, man. See a lot of games pushing to a kind of a thing that it's a little bit borderline already going to something else, you know. It's not just going for just adults. That goes a little bit more to people that have a little bit more of a freaky kind of tendencies. I don't know how to explain to you. There were a lot of things that freaked me out a little bit. Not gonna say the words on YouTube because that's not really allowed to talk about those kind of things, but you know. Yeah. And then Black Ops 7, my god, man, what a disaster, man. What a bad trailer. Come on, man, let's still throw the grenade over there. But nobody died.
Lost. I say again, objective Bravo has been lost.
Here's your med kit.
Can't understand why he's taking so difficult to put this.
Enemy HE soldier, north of your current location.
There's your med kit. Go get it. Here's your med kit. Pick it up.
We control objective
I
Bravo.
think there's something over here.
We've neutralized objective Foxtrot.
Artemidus, 1947. I already played with this guy before. There's some familiar faces here already on this server. Some familiar facelifts.
Here's your meds.
You can see also, you know, all these gaming companies are all so woke,
Get
man.
it.
They're all run by, and then it's all this LGBTQ and queer agenda in it, you know. And this is why they come also with these freaky video games where they're a little bit pushing to the pedos, you know. Which is then like, or with little boys and little girls that are, you know, under legal age, you know, and they're already very sexualized, you know. It gets all very, very creepy for me, man. What I see in modern gaming is really infected by some really, really, really crazy people, you know. And that for them is all, yeah, it's okay or something, you know. Really weird. It's okay, they push that even. It's not even that it's okay for them. They push for that, you know. It's really weird. Fucking hell, man.
Here's your meds. Pick it up.
Just doesn't want to do it. Really weird. I want F, you know. And all of it is political, all of it is, you know, I saw also over there, man, that whole Gamescom event, you know, all these pictures that they showed and the things that they showed, you know. Gamers, then what they show is a row of guys, you know, a row of people. And it's just, yeah, you know, most of it, what they then showed was in the forefront. You saw them some males in the background, and on the forefront you saw 2 or 3 female gamers or something, you know, the representation, you know, and then all of them with pink hair and nose rings and, you know, purple hair, and oh my god, man, and there you can just see that it's totally woke as crap, man. And all the games also, man, what a woke crap.
We have what appears to be an enemy tank located east.
It's not that there are not women playing games, you know, but it's in general not. But what they just want you to believe, you know, that, you know, you saw literally there a line of I saw several pictures and several images where mostly what they put it in those images were females. With, of course, purple hair and nose rings, and it's just like so political, you know. To start with, it's, you know, not like that at all. The majority are men who play video games, you know. It's not that the females don't play, but, you know, no, they need to show there that the biggest presence is, of course, females. Which is totally not true, you know, but, you know, and then preferably showing females that have a very radical, liberal ideology, because of course we need to show people with nose rings, tattoos and purple blue hair, you know. It's just, you know, and it seemed like they cannot stop with that nonsense, you know, that, you know, and that's then the diversity, you know, that they need to rub in your face, and they need to make you believe in something that's just, you know, in general just not true, you know. But there you see that the whole DEI did not disappear from there, you know. On the contrary, it's bigger than ever on these kinds of events for manga, for cosplay, for video games, for comic books. Most of it, you know, it's, and even open source software. You go to those events, it's just, The whole world of gaming and stuff, you know, and new technologies and software and you know, it's just completely taken over by activists. It's just what it is, man. By radical left liberal activists, socialists / communists. It's really true and it's really sad.
There's your med kit. Pick it up.
Really sad that.
Grenade out.
Holy moly, that's the wrong button, brother.
Objective Echo is neutralized.
It's really sad. And now gaming companies also. You see pictures of gaming companies. It's of Ubisoft or of Microsoft Studio this or of this and that gaming or open source software company. What you see, it's like a group of like 40 women with 3 or 4 men, and they all have pink hair and they have nose rings and
Pick up your med kit.
it's really sad.
I got your med kit.
Really sad that.
East of your current position, it looks like there's a hostile machine gunner.
And most games that I saw, what was it? Of course, 1 or 2 female protagonists, and then, you know, a villain that's a male, and, you know, preferably white male, and it's just, you know, it's not just normal culture anymore. It's not the normal creativity and art anymore. It's just literally just political propaganda, all of it. All radical left Marxist ideology just painted all over everything. It's horrible. And everything in a safe zone and about feelings and about, oh my god, man. Representing minorities, females on the front line with bionic arms and legs, with faces that they, with fat faces that they look like men. And it's just whatever, man. And all of them have some sort of Marxist, socialist, crazy communist kind of a crap in it, where it's, you know, the whole story is just built around that, you know, where they're just brainwashing you, basically. It's horrible, fucking dreadful. Everything is a message against the patriarchy, against the capitalism, against... It's... never mind. You're not gonna go on that. No, doesn't do that.
We've lost objective Charlie. There's an enemy helicopter east of your position.
And they talk all the time, it's those people that all the time talk about the representation, you know. But what do you have in a representation when all the art and the video games and the comic books and even the open source software and stuff is just run by people who all share, they're all in the same echo chamber, and they all share the same ideology. It's not good, you know. You can say whatever you want, but that's not good.
We have control of objective Charlie.
That's not good at all. Because then you don't get, that's not the diversity, you know that. When everybody's in the same echo chamber and they all sing the same song, you know, it's not good. That really is not good. And it's those people that are always so worried about representation, that everybody needs to be represented and all that kind of nonsense. But they themselves, they only hire people who also have a nose ring and a blue hair and that sink in this crazy ideology, you know?
Hostile machine gunner. The rest of your position.
So, you know... Because they make sure that nobody with any other kind of political or religious or any kind of ideology will not come in there, you know. They only hire people that are also radical left, Marxist, have purple hair and believe in basically all sorts of nonsense, you know. Where they believe that you can be anything you want, you can be a rabbit, you can be a male if you today feel like it, or you can be a whatever, you know. People that don't even accept reality anymore, you know? Hello, I'm stuck. Yeah, I am. It's horrible. Yeah.
Here's your medkit. Pick it up.
I have eyes on an enemy tank east of your location.
Because in those groups it's really like that. They don't let anybody in as long as you're... They let anybody in. If you're a minority, if you're gay, if you're queer, if you're radical left, if you're a Marxist, if you're a communist, if you want socialism. Oh man, they let you in, man. Oh my god, you know. But any other kind of people, they don't even let in that industry anymore. If you're female, if you're a migrant, if you're a straight heterosexual male, they already don't want you anymore. Or Asian, they don't want you also. Or if you're a libertarian, you're centered. That they call then, or you're a little bit nationalist, then they call you straight a Nazi and far right, you know. You're centered, you know. So yeah.
Listen up. Enemy tank due north of your position.
This one I cannot do now because it's half conquested. I didn't even saw him over there. It's all people anti-capitalism and anti all sorts of things, you know. But the funny thing is, you know, that they live in a safe zone and they have all the technology and all the things that they have today is because of basically the patriarchy and because of capitalism, you know. And they don't even understand that, you know. And there's those ones that are all the time screaming, you know. It's like the same as those people also. They scream. White people, privileged people from wealthy families that are walking around with Hamas cars and screaming Free Palestine and queers and LGBTQ for Palestine, you know. They don't even understand what they are really doing, you know, because it's just like, you know. And the crazy thing is, you see it also with all these demonstrations, you know, all the time. Even if it was demonstrations against Trump and against Dodge and against Tesla and the pro-Hamas, all this kind of stuff, you know. It's really interesting because most of you don't even see there really black African people over there between it, you know. You see all, basically what you see the most is very privileged white Western people. Most of them female. And most of them not even the youngest, you know. You see many of them, they are a little bit older people. And they're all privileged people, and they say bring all the migrants in, you know. Because the migrants, they go to the ghettos, they don't go to the privileged, rural areas where these people live, you know. It's really interesting, you know, that, you know. It's really interesting. Bring them all in, man. Let's go. Ridiculous. And also all these demonstrations are very suspect. Is because if you see other kind of demonstrations of centered people or people anti-migration or people that are worried about their children that they get groomed and stuff and and art, then I'm not gonna say the whole word for the YouTube algorithm, but it's really interesting. If you see those demonstrators, they all have different flags and different banners and demonstration equipment and little signs that they make. They're all different, but no. In these radical leftist Marxist demonstration programs, demonstrations and stuff, they all have the same. It's all organized on a huge scale. That
Enemy sniper, east of your location.
it's really crazy, Yeah, it's all orchestrated and organized. It's not done by individuals. It's organized by huge groups of people who do this, That's why they have all the same signs, the same banners. Even in the Los Angeles demonstrations, you saw even people coming with cars, and they were just distributing there all the same signs to everybody. Migrants are welcome, and la 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 is Hitler or whatever. And the crazy thing was they were even over there just distributing basically almost military-grade gas masks to the people for the tear gas. They cost like what was it, $60 a piece or something, They were just over there distributing, This is all highly coordinated, highly financed, This is not some individuals who at home make themselves, a sign or something, and out of their own, free will and dedication are making these demonstrations. No, man, many of them get paid, literally, and even admit it. They get paid for it. They get a couple of $100 to over there be the whole day standing next to the road with a sign, And then in the universities it's even worse, because in the universities you have a lot of people that are paid, but you have also like some really stupid woke, privileged, mostly white girls and boys that come from very wealthy neighborhoods who are over there walking around with Hamas scars and calling for free Palestine and. It is absolutely dreadful, man. And those ones, some are so stupid that they even literally just believe in that nonsense that they are saying, Queers for Palestine and LGBTQ for Palestine, a country where they literally, throw queers and gays off buildings, and kill them, I mean, come on,
Hey, 你的衣箱来了，快拿走！你的衣箱来了，拿好。
Fucking hell, man. All the time here with the Battlefield 4 buttons. The Battlefield 3 buttons. It's crazy, that.
Be advised, we have lost objective Charlie. Objective Echo has been taken.
And so these whiners, these protesters, that the only thing that they do is they protest and they disturb the public. They, stop universities from functioning. So kids cannot get their education, They hijack companies and Tesla. They, obstruct public roads for ambulances to pass. They do all sorts of garbage for normal people not to be able to do their life anymore. These normal people cannot even change that situation. They have no influence in that whatsoever. And these people are not changing anything. They are only literally disturbing public order and disturbing normal people, normal average people to go to work. And setting Tesla cars on fire of normal people just who have no influence of whatever Tesla or Elon Musk does, It's just, and these people, they only complain, but they don't change anything. On the contrary, they are literally also, they're domestic terrorists. That's what they are, all these demonstrators. That's what they are. They're domestic terrorists. They are obstructing public order. They are destroying public property. They are jeopardizing public safety. You know, they're preventing people from going to work or to get an education. What the hell, man? Makes me really angry, that. If you really know what you are, but these people don't even know. I listen to a bunch of these students that they were saying shit about Palestine and about Israel, and then I understand that these people don't understand nothing, nor of Palestine nor of Israel. They even talk about the land of Palestine. You know, the whole problem is that, and that's the whole problem. You know, is precisely that Palestine doesn't have a land. Palestine is a state of mind, you know. It's not a country, unfortunately, because if it would, we wouldn't be in this trouble. That's exactly what they want. They want their own land. But they want their own land, preferably in the land of Israel. And that's so, you know, Palestine is not a... You know how many times the Quran mentions the word Israel? 43 times. Do you know how many times the Quran mentions the word Palestine? 0 times. If you even ask them, where's Palestine, you know, they don't, you know, they talk about from the river to the sea, Palestine needs to be free. And then you ask to them, yeah, but what river and what sea? They don't even know. And then you go, but you know that Palestine is in Israel, right? Or not? You know that there are, you know, 3 parts of Israel that are, you know, separate, and that's considered, you know, the government part of Palestine. But it's not a land, it's not a country, it's not, you know, and precisely that is the problem, you know, but they know so little about it. Oh, you're mine.
Hey,
it's ridiculous. Well, people call everything they call today, they call fascist and stuff. People don't even know what fascism means. They really don't, man. They have no idea what a Nazi is or fascism is. It's crazy. They call collateral damage. They call, you know, a genocide. They don't even know what a genocide is, you know. They call Jewish and Israeli people Nazis. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, you know. The people who were the most prosecuted and killed in the Second World War, you know, is the ones that they call Nazis. It's like, what the hell is going on with you? Collateral damage is not the same thing. A genocide is classified in a very different way, you know. Genocide is when you're systematically on a big scale, you know, killing people. That is a genocide, you know. But when people in a war zone where they were told to go away because war is going to break out and things are going to get bombed, and you stay over there and then you die if you, whether you support or you don't support Hamas or Israel or whatever, it doesn't matter that, you know. In the moment that you're in a war zone and you stay there when the authorities told you that shit is going to break out, you know, you stay over there, you know. That is not a genocide, that is collateral damage. These people don't even know what it is. Makes me angry that I see so many people who are completely... The only thing they do is virtual signal. They complain, they scream, they say this, they say that. Oh, and they go to social net. Social networks, look how good I am and how virtuous I am, and you know, and I care so much about the Palestinian people. These people don't care nothing about the Palestinian people. What a nonsense, man. They care about their own virtue signaling. That's what they care about. That they can walk around and say, look how good I am, you know. And on social media, because the rest of these people, they don't do anything to make the world a better place. They just complain. That's it. And that's the problem, you know. Or like Stop Oil, when these guys went attacking a... this was beautiful, by the way. They went attacking a company with all sorts of big tanker trucks, lorries, with big tanks on it, and then they tied themselves with chains to the little ladders that were on the back of the tanks, and they They glued themselves to the asphalt. And they were there completely busy over there. We're here stopping the oil, and this is really good what we are doing. And one of the truck drivers steps out of the van and walks to the CNN. There was CNN or a BBC crew over there. And he said, "Can I just say something? I'm a truck driver. I work here, you know. Every day I pick up and fill up my empty here my lorry, basically, those huge tanker ones." He said, "This is not the oil what we have inside of the back here of the truck, of the lorry. It is recycled frying oil. It's not crude oil, you know. This is a recycle center." But they are that dumb, you know. The place where they were doing good things for the environment, you know, they were over there. They didn't even research it. They didn't even know that what these people did over there it wasn't crude oil. It wasn't gasoline. It was used frying oil.
Objective Bravo is now under our control.
What they recycled. And that was what was in those trucks. It's hilarious that, you know. Or the activist in Germany who glued himself to the floor of a Porsche, I think it was a Porsche dealer or an Audi dealer in Berlin. Glued himself to the floor of the showroom next to a brand new Audi or a Porsche or something. And then he started complaining to the owner that he needed water and food, that the man needed to feed him. And the guy said, "I'm not going to do that." And then he got all of a sudden really very in a difficult position because he forgot the fact that if you glue yourself to the floor, then you need to also go to the toilet. So he all of a sudden needed to shit. And yeah, he couldn't do that because, yeah, he glued himself to the floor. I mean, really. You glue yourself to the floor, you don't even think about the fact that, you know, first of all, it's kind of stupid and you're going to even hurt your skin with that, because if you super glue yourself to a floor, you're going to lose some skin. You can be really sure of that, you know. Yeah, glued himself to the floor and never forgot about the fact that he also needs to pee and shit. Incredibly dumb, but there you go. But then we don't expect something very... rational of people that scream murder and fire when they walk around themselves, and then you ask them, "But how do you got here?" "Yeah, with a bus." "Ah, you are Stop Oil, but you came here with the bus or with a car?" And then they all wear synthetic clothes, you know, and you go like, "But all your clothes are made of crude oil, you know that, right, or not? Plastic." "Oh, I didn't know that." "Ah, Porsche." And they have cell phones, and they live exactly the same as you do, you know, but... they are the righteous, they are the good people, they are doing the right thing. But they live exactly the same as you do, but then they're gonna stop you from going to your work. And stop an ambulance from passing by to bring somebody in emergency to a hospital. These people are crazy, man. These people are literally crazy. Makes me angry that. If I see the stupidity of modern people. I'll tell you something, I'm already an older guy, and I'll tell you something, 30, 40 years ago you had a lot less stupid people than you have today. You had a lot of people that really knew what was going on in the world, and if they made political demonstrations or opinions or demonstrations, you know, they would minimum know literally what they were doing and what they were fighting for. These people today don't even understand nothing. They don't. They fight for things they don't even understand. Which is really, really, really worrying, you know? That. They demonstrate for causes they don't even understand. By the way, I'm not gonna even pretend that I understand that. I don't understand nothing of the Middle East. Not of the Palestinians, not of Israel. Well, I have people that are Israeli in my family. I'm a quarter Israeli. My grandparents went through the Holocaust and stuff. But I'll tell you something, man. I don't know nothing of the Middle East. I don't understand nothing of Israel. I don't understand nothing of Palestine. And I'm not going to pretend also. None of the land, none of their culture. I don't understand nothing of it. But I can tell you something, I understand way more than these morons that are over there demonstrating this nonsense.
We've taken objective Echo. Be advised, we have
Stay in your lane, man. Keep yourself with your own culture, with your own sovereignty, with your own country. Don't stick your nose in countries and cultures you don't understand, man. I've even lived with Muslim people. I have even done a Ramadan and everything, and I can tell you something. And I've worked with them, I've lived with them, I have done Ramadan a couple of times, and let me tell you something. I still don't understand them, and I'm not gonna pretend also. They have showed me enough of their culture, but there's a lot I don't understand, and I'm not gonna pretend also. And there's a lot even that I shouldn't understand also. It's their culture, it's their religion. It's not mine. No need to stick my nose in there. And I don't need to defend them also, because I think they can perfectly defend themselves. That's also a little bit of the problem, you know, of these modern radical people, you know, is that they all the time defend people that don't need to be defended. Makes me angry. And I mean that, by the way, for both Palestinians and Israelis. None of them need to be defended. They can defend themselves. Do we need a bunch of fucking clownish, Western privileged boys and girls from rich neighborhoods defending them? No. No, we don't need that. They don't need that. It's ridiculous. Would be the same if now all of a sudden that Portugal all of a sudden would be like, you know, hey man, hey, we all of a sudden need to really defend the Americans, and then we start everywhere demonstrating about really the Americans and this and that, and Americans are gonna go, what the fuck is, what, you think we cannot defend ourselves? You think we need you, European moron, all of a sudden to defend us for something? See what I mean? Makes me angry, that. You know, it's just moronic, you know. When you're all the time trying to virtue signal and defend people who can defend themselves, you know. My God. Again, I was with the buttons the other way around. It's ridiculous, that. Let's face it, are all these things really helping the people in the Middle East? Are they, really? They're not, man.
We've just neutralized objective Delta.
It's bullshit, you know? Whoever believes that. Me obstructing public order in the middle of a Western European country is not going to help the people in Palestine or in Israel, for that matter. It's just so stupid, you know. There were even guys over there that were in the universities demanding the stopping of the conflict in Palestine, because if the university directors wouldn't do that, then they would be complicit to the genocide. And man, come on, man, what the fuck does a university board has to a responsibility all of a sudden to stop a conflict in the Middle East? What a stupid shit, man. It's crazy, that. Well, like, what is a person that 5 years ago bought a Tesla all of a sudden has to do that? That Elon Musk all of a sudden, or temporarily, was then running Dodge, and therefore all of a sudden anybody who bought a Tesla, we're just gonna burn their car down. It's just like, How is it even possible that we got to that as a collective society, man? It's ridiculous. That makes me really angry. That shows really these people they have no brain. You cannot have a brain if you do that. So you're burning a poor. Well, it's not a. Just an average person, let's say even a person poor that got a big loan for the next 20 years to buy a Tesla. A lady who's a school teacher that goes to school and gives lessons 45 miles away, That what the fuck does she has to do? What is that she bought a Tesla and then you're gonna burn down her car? I mean, make it make sense, because it doesn't make any sense that. But that's the problem with the radical left. Let's break everything, let's break shit, It's all anarchy. Let's break everything. Let's, It's ridiculous. Stop sticking your nose in stuff that's none of your business. Because that's what these people are doing. They're sticking their nose literally in things that's not their goddamn business.
Hey, 你一箱来了，快拿去！
Just lost objective Bravo.
Ridiculous people. And these people are not changing anything. They're making the world actually a worse place. With their stupidity, their idiocracy. And all the time, destroying public safety and canceling all the time people. And if you not go by the ideology, you're a Nazi, you're a bigot, you're a homophobe, you're a whatever the fuck ever they come up with, all these schisms, that they come up with, man. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, let's debunk the police. Also, like people who the first ones, if something happens to them, is they scream for the police. Is the ones that say we should live in a society without police. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's defund the police. Yeah, do that. Good idea. Let's turn everything back into one. How do you call that? Wild Wild West jungle, Where anybody, if they just feel like stealing, robbing, raping, whatever, then they can just do it because there's no police. I mean, you need to be really dumb. You need to be so privileged and so living in such a safe zone and so, that apparently you think you're so safe that you don't even need the police anymore, man. I mean, just think about that. Borders also, we don't need borders anymore, man. We don't even need the military, we don't need the police anymore. Just everything open. We put on our borders, we put rainbow flags and saying queers welcome, LGBTQ welcome, migrants welcome. Come over here. No police here, so do whatever you feel like doing. See how that's gonna work out. Ridiculous. Greta, that she went with a boat to Palestine from Sweden with a sailing boat, but it was actually not a sailing boat because actually it was just running on diesel. She even admitted that herself. That thing was just running on diesel, Very environmental. When bringing 500 kilograms of food to Gaza. She got, of course, by the Greek authorities and by the Israeli authorities, they got, of course, stopped. Why they had a sailing boat running on diesel with Palestinian flags all over it and Hamas flags. Good idea going through international waters with that. It's the dumbest thing you can ever do. You can even get shot out of the water, but dumb. But no. She was going to bring 500 kilograms of food there to Palestine. She got captured by the Israeli forces and sent it back home. Meanwhile, in the same 1.5 month, Israel delivered 1.5 million ton ladders of food to Palestine. So there you go. So long live the activists, the revolutionaries. My God. Anyway, thanks for watching and listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.